Hello everybody and welcome to my new channel, Ben Parks The Extra Mile. We're going to have a deep dive into some more niche subjects, loads of new running content coming up for you. So if you're new around here or you're one of our subscribers from the main channel, whack that subscribe button down below and help grow the channel. Thank you very much. Today we're going to be talking all things UTMB, running stones and how to qualify for these events. So sit back, relax, let's get this video done. So UTMB, Ultra Trail du Mont Blanc, maybe one of the most famous races in the world and arguably one of the most prestigious as well. Not necessarily the hardest 100-mile race out there, but it's still one that everybody knows about and everybody wants to be on the start line for. So that's what this video is all about. Now there are some other races during UTMB week, PTL, MCC, TDS as well. The qualifying criteria for that is slightly different, but today we're going to talk about qualifying for the World Series Finals, as UTMB call them, which is the UTMB race, OCC and CCC. So to have a quick chat about these UTMB World Series, basically you've got these World Series Finals which happen in Chamonix, usually the end of August, start of September every year, and they make up, as I said, UTMB, CCC and OCC as well. And then you've also got these World Series major events, and at these events you can qualify for double stones, the Europe version which is Val d'Aran, then Doi Ithanon which is out in Thailand, which is the Asia one. And then there's a race which will also be in the USA as well. That hasn't been announced yet. So there's 3 of these World Series majors. And then on top of that, you've got the whole World Series, which is around about 25 events. It does change slightly year to year, but we'll put it up on the screen now what the 2023 calendar looks like. If you want to enter the UTMB, CCC or OCC, you have to go through the lottery. To enter the lottery, you need to have 2 things. First thing, you need to have at least 1 running stone acquired in the previous 2 years. And secondly, a valid UTMB index in the corresponding category for the race you wish to do. We'll talk about these things in more detail now. So let's have a chat about running stones. And basically you earn 1 running stone by finishing one of the UTMB World Series events. Now some of the hard events have more running stones. So when you enter a race, you'll see how many running stones you will earn by finishing that event. And 1 running stone is 1 ticket in the lottery. If you got 2, you get 2 tickets, 3, you get 3 tickets. And running stones are cumulative. As I said, you can earn more the more races you do. So in very simple terms, the more stones you have, the more likely it is you're going to get into the race. Once your name is drawn in the hat for the race, then all your running stones reset. So how do you go about getting your running stones? Well, as I just said, by finishing one of the World Series events. Now all the World Series events are put into different categories of 20k, 50k, 100k or 100 mile. Now, this is a little bit confusing because the races that you're competing in aren't necessarily that length, but they're going to be approximately that sort of length. So if you finish what UTMB term a 20k race, that you're going to earn 1 stone, a 50k 2 stones, 100k 3 stones and 100 mile 4 stones. Now it should be said the system has changed in the last couple of years and some race directors don't fully understand this new system, so they're still billing some of their races as UTMB qualifying races. But the only races that are UTMB qualifying races is where you earn your running stones, and they are the UTMB World Series events, around about 25. We'll put that up on the screen again now. These are the only races in the world. Now in the UK, there's only 1 race where you can enter, which is UTS in Snowdon. We'll link to it down below where you can go and check out what your local events are. Now, as well as earning your running stones, you also need to have a UTMB Index, and basically a UTMB shows how good you are to everybody around the world because they can log on and see what it is, and also to the organisers of UTMB to prove that you're good enough to be competing in the race. Now this is calculated in various different categories. You can have a UTMB index for the 20k, the 50k, the 100k and the 100 mile, and then runners also will have a general overall index that's calculated by combining all of those together. Now you need to have a valid index to enter the lottery as well. So how to get a UTMB index? Well, basically compete at any race which is on the UTMB World Series or a UTMB Index race in the relevant category in the past 2 years. And then to enter the UTMB lottery and the race of your choice, you must have this valid UTMB index per this chart. Now I'll put this up on the screen here now. So you can't just do a 20k race and then enter one of the hardest 100 miles in the world, UTMB. So if you want to enter UTMB, you need to have a valid 100k or 100 mile index. For CCC, a valid 50k, 100k or 100 mile index, or OCC a 20k, 50k, 100k or 100 mile index. Now the list of UTMB Index is quite extensive. It's around about 1,300 races a year all over the world. So there's a lot more variety. You can go out here and compete in your regular sort of local events. So always check that the race you're doing, if you're interested in entering UTMB, is a UTMB Index race. Again, we'll link down below to that directory. And then in very simple terms, how I've qualified for UTMB 2023. We've just got back from Transvolcania running that race. I entered the 50k category race, which was actually 45k, which Transvolcania listed as a marathon. It is a little bit confusing. And I earned 2 running stones by finishing that race. And then last year I finished Race to the Stones, a race here in the UK, a 100k race, and also I got my valid UTMB 100k index from that. So in the summary, it's not this most straightforward thing. We're still learning how it all works. And if you've got any questions, by all means, ask us down below. Hopefully we'll see you out in Chamonix next year. Me and Sarah, who's filming this, will 100% definitely be here. Hopefully both be on the start line after going through the ballot. And that's the final thing I should say. Once you've got your stones, and once you've got your UTMB Index, then you enter the ballot for this year to entering 2023. That closes at the end of December, basically. So you've got time to earn those now and then enter at the end of the year. And hopefully in January, people will be getting that sort of ping that they've got into their race, and they'll be on the start line at I think it's the 1st of September actually, for 2023 down in Chamonix. As I say, hopefully we'll see you there. So that's it, guys. Please subscribe for more deep dive videos into some more niche subjects. Really looking forward to growing this new channel and bringing you lots more running related content. All the best to you. Have fun getting it done out on the trails, and we'll see you very soon in the next one. I got that a bit wrong.